Draghi finally mentions the bull move that he has seen in the euro, also criticizes Mnuchin about his comments about the dollar, and we have seen a massive dollar bull move the past 3 sessions. We actually called it. Let's roll the intro and let's talk about it. Traders, welcome guys to another high impact. It's your boy Cleveland. Hope you guys are having a solid Wednesday. This is a very, very volatile Wednesday. Okay, if you guys take a look at markets right now, you see the dollar index is absolutely surging. I wouldn't say surging, but we're having a bull move. Okay, we're having a massive bull move. When you look over at the euro, the Aussie, and the GBP, we're having 1% days. Okay, so last week we mentioned that we would see a sell-off. Okay, well, not a sell-off, a buy on the US dollar, and hence a sell-off on most of our other pairs. We played that on the USD JPY. I do want to run the tape real quick on a USD JPY, and then we'll start to talk about Draghi. Check out that USD JPY. USD JPY technically is the best setup though, buy side. Honestly, looks a little bit better than the Euro U. I'm going to put some size on 019s. Let's see what we get. I love to see this USD JPY long. Hope you guys see the same thing I see here. Right around a 50% retracement level. So we would be nearing a close to a 2-to-1 reward ratio on this bad boy. So we're looking for markets to buy back up into the 110s. We got that in a very dramatic fashion after we had NFP come out at 200,000 jobs added, and then we saw a massive pull back down into structure after we saw a massive decline in the equity market. All right, so again, if you guys don't know, Japan has a lot of money repatriated outside of Japan because of their interest rate. So when we saw a sell-off here in the equities market, a lot of the money that was attributed to that sell-off was Japanese Japanese stakeholders. So they reinvested that capital back over into the JPY, giving it steam, which is why you saw markets run to $1.10 and then since then sell off back down in the structure and actually hit back off on the low of that entire consolidation. But again, we saw markets run from 109 to 110 because of NFP, and then we saw subsequently markets pull back over because of the massive crash that we saw in the Friday session and that Monday session. All right, so far so good. Are we going to get more US strength though? Okay, that's the question. We do see structure on the Euro U. Here's a screenshot of the 120 at the 120s. Okay, right now markets are around the 122 mids. I would like to see a pull back down in the structure. If you guys also look at the dollar index, you guys will notice we do have more upside potential on that dollar index. Okay, now here's the deal. Right now, economically, I want to go into that. I'm probably going to push out another high impact maybe later on this week or early next week regarding the U.S. market and why we're seeing this massive bull move right now. But, you know, again, you have a 2.9% average earnings increase. NFP increase, inflation. People are really feeling like inflation's about to start ticking higher here. All right, so we might start to see markets start to trade on the U.S. in the favor of the U.S. dollar. Okay, right now we're at over a 90% chance that we're going to get a rate hike in March. So you guys got to stay attentive to that, because as the Fed fund rate increases or decreases in value, we're going to see that play really well in our markets here. All right, so that's the U.S. dollar side. Let's talk about this euro real quick. Okay, euro obviously has had a massive run up into $1.25. Draghi has finally spoke on it. All right, last year we saw Draghi mention at 118. Hey, people were asking, is the euro too high? Is the euro too high? He actually didn't say much. Okay, that was at the Jackson Hole symposium. But now at $1.25, he did mention that the euro at that price could definitely start to, you know, interfere with the quantitative easing program. All right, so right now they're trying to lower and taper the amount of bonds that they're buying on a month-by-month basis. So if the euro is trading up at the $1.25s, that's going to hurt progress of inflation, right? That's going to hurt the amount of money and capital that can be spent in the economy, right? So if the currency is expensive, you're going to have a lower monetary velocity, right? You're not going to have too many people able to exchange hands, keeping inflation low. All right. So again, they don't want that. Right now, inflation is reading at 1.3%. They want to keep it under 2%, but they definitely need it higher than 1.3 to continue with that program. So as of right now, that's a little scary. That tells me that we may see a little bit of weakness over here on this euro, and I would love to play that actually on the euro CAD. If you guys notice, euro CAD is extended higher. I was talking to Natalie, and she mentioned the euro CAD to me, took a look at it. I actually like the trade. We did just break a daily consolidation up there at those highs. Let's see if we get a pullback there on that euro CAD.
And outside of that, something really interesting happened. Draghi criticized Steven Mnuchin. Okay, Steven Mnuchin last Thursday, actually mentioned how he thought a depreciated dollar is going to be great for our economy. That is a no-go. Okay, there is actually laws in place where you have certain political figures and certain heads of states, right? Steven Mnuchin is the Secretary of Treasury. You're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to jawbone directly impact currency markets by saying, hey, yes, we want a weaker dollar or things of that sort. Okay, it's illegal. So then after that, you saw Draghi mention that, hey, you're not supposed to do that. I greatly condemn Steven mentioning anything about where he wants currency markets to be. That's something that is not supposed to be done in relation to different heads of state, especially someone that is Treasury Secretary of the United States. And then 2 days after that, you had Trump mention the exact opposite, and you saw how volatile that made markets. Okay, so people listen in on what these politicians have to say. So that's why words matter, things matter. Okay, you can't just blab your mouth about whatever you think markets should be or shouldn't be. All right, so again, very big deal. I like to see Draghi criticize the administration about that, because there has to be a line drawn as to what can be said and shouldn't be said, because, hey, people have their trades at risk here, and random splurts of the mouth from the administration can definitely impact the directional bias and the direction of markets overall. All right, we don't need that extra risk in the markets. Okay, so outside of that, folks, that's what I got for this high impact. I want to see that Euro CAD sell side. I want to see Euro in general sell side. Okay, and I want to know what you guys think. Okay, do you guys think Euro can push back sell side? This is a market of buyers and sellers. All right, I think Euro should continue selling off a bit, with Draghi mentioning how the $1.25 may be a little bit too high for him to continue his tapering program. All right, it's a very interesting thing to note. US dollar still has a little bit more upside. That puts us back at a trajectory on that Euro USD at 120. Pretty interesting. Okay, right now at 122. Let's see what we get. Okay, so guys, other than that, if you guys want to get inside of the trading room, link is down in the bio. Let's see what we get with these markets. Okay, I'm very interested. I want to know what your thoughts are as well. Shoot me some comments below. Criticize my ideas, blah, blah, blah. Let me know what you think. And your profit, always my motive. I'm going to talk to you guys real soon. Peace.